Hello everyone, how have you been? I hope you guys are doing well. So it has been some time since we met. There has been a gap in our academic endeavors. But I hope you guys are excited to continue this process of learning online. So in the last semester, we were learning this paper, Communication Skills in English, which I hope you guys enjoyed. There were many activities and all. So if you remember, we had two concepts to learn in that previous paper, which were Lang and Parole. Lang and Parole. Those concepts were like this. That is, there are certain norms and conventions, rules and regulations of language which we should understand in order to be able to communicate with another individual. Those aspects of the language were called the Lang, and there are deviations from this Lang when it comes to our everyday interactions. We use different kinds of words, different kinds of sentence structures. It actually deviates a lot from the Lang, and it's a more dynamic way of performing rather than the concrete structures of grammatical rules and conventions. So if the previous paper was the Lang of English language learning, if the previous paper was the Parole of English language learning, this present paper which we are learning now is going to be the Lang of English language learning. So this paper is titled Advanced Grammar, and we have to learn about a lot of concepts, fundamental concepts to understand how language functions and how we produce meaning, how we understand things or how we share things using a language. Coming to the English grammar, our teachers will be discussing a lot of concepts and ideas, but presently I am focusing on the notion of tenses. From school onwards, probably from younger classes itself, you have been learning tenses. You learned that there is simple present, there is simple future, there is simple past, there is present perfect, past perfect continuous. You've learned all that, but even now, when I go to a classroom, I see students struggling to make sense of these things. When I value answer scripts, I see that students actually still don't get a lot of the workings of these tenses. Why is that? I think it's mostly because you complicate it a bit too much, or actually are quite scared of the notion of tenses and how they work. You most of the time have this feeling that it is not something that I can easily learn, but it's not like that. It's actually quite simple if you are willing to put in a bit of effort into it. So in the upcoming classes, we'll be learning each tense in detail, but for the time being, I'll just give you a brief overview of how tenses work and why we need tenses in the first place. Okay, so what do tenses do actually? They give you a reference about time. Now, what are the dimensions of time which we presently understand? There is, of course, the present, in which we live in now, and there was the past, which refers to the kinds of experiences that we've had and all, and there is the future, in which we foresee events that this might happen, this will happen, the things that are going to happen. So there is the present, there is the past, and the future. So these are the dimensions of time which concern us presently. Probably in future we might come up with a lot of other things, but presently these are the dimensions of time about which we are concerned and about which we discuss in our everyday lives. So tenses are forms of verbs or forms of representation of the verb which actually help us understand the time. So when I say I am speaking, you understand that this is an ongoing activity in the present. So this is present continuous tense. So a sentence in the present continuous tense tells you that this is an ongoing activity in the present. Or if I say that I was speaking, you understand that this sentence is in past continuous tense, which means this was an activity which was ongoing in the past. So in this way, the tenses not only actually help you understand the time associated with an event, but also the state of an action. The state of an action, whether it is complete, whether it is ongoing, or whether it is going to happen. So the state of an action, the state of an action. So if you try to bring all these points together, tenses are pointers towards time and the state of an action. Tenses are pointers towards the time and the state of an action. Think of a couple of sentences which you might use on an everyday scale. He is coming, he is coming. Is represents the present tense. So coming says that it's an ongoing activity. He is coming. So it is a present continuous tense sentence. The baby cried. The baby cried. Cried is the past form of the verb. You understand that this is a simple past sentence. And he will go. He will go. Will shows that it's something that is going to happen in future. So you know that this is a simple future tense. So you understood that there is the past, present, and the future. Along with that, these show the time aspect. Past, present, and future. Time aspect of the tenses. Now look at these things. Simple, continuous, and perfect. Simple, continuous, and perfect. So they show the state of action. Perfect, tenses tell you that the action has been completed, perfected, and continuous tenses tell you that it is an ongoing action. And simple tenses tell you that they're just happening, not happening, or I pray, or I cried. These are just, if it's in the past it happened, or if it's in the present it's happening, if it's in the future it will happen. So simple tenses and continuous tenses and perfect tenses, these show the state of action. So simple, past, present, and future, time of action, and simple, continuous, and perfect, state of action. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു സംഗതിയുടെ സമയം അതുപോലെ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു അവസ്ഥ എന്നീ രണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ടെൻസസ് കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കുന്നത്. So the three dimensions are past, present, and future, and also the three states of action are simple, continuous, and perfect. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ കോമ്പിനേഷൻസ് ആയിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുന്ന ടെൻസസ് മുഴുവൻ. The tenses that we learn will be combinations of these, and it will be very easy to understand if you look at it this way. I'll stop the video after giving you some more examples which will probably excite you to pursue the study of tenses. So I have been talking to you. This has been an ongoing activity. This means that this is in present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. And I had been having my dinner before I came here. So this is an action which completed or perfected in the past, which means that it is past perfect continuous, ongoing and perfected, past perfect continuous. So in this way you can actually understand tenses easily through examples. We'll be doing all that in the coming classes. We'll be looking into each tense and when is a tense used. For example, the sun rises in the east. It's something like a universal fact. So in this kind of a context you use the simple present tense. So similarly there are certain kinds of contexts, or I have been working there for the last couple of years, which shows that you have been doing an activity for a fixed period of time in the past, so for which you might use a particular kind of tense. So in that way, what are the contexts in which each tense is used, and what are the sentence structures of each sentence, each tense. All these things we will discuss. For example, he eats, subject plus verb. This is simple present. Or he is eating, subject plus helping verb plus the ing form of the verb. This is present continuous tense. So similarly, we will be learning the structures of sentences and also in which context each tense is used. We'll be learning all that in the coming classes. For now, I've just given you a brief overview. I just wanted to get your senses awakened about this concept of tenses, and I hope we'll be discussing further in the coming classes. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, wear a mask, sanitize, keep social distancing, and get yourself vaccinated if possible. Try to register on the government portal. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next class.